Hello, guys. Come in, come in. This will be a very short show tonight. Well, it'll be an announcement, really. Thank you again for tuning in. We've been teasing this for, a little bit more than a week now that we have decided to turn our organization into a 527 super PAC. For the last a little bit more than a year, maybe a year and 3 months, Education First Alliance has really taken a lot of territory. So we started in North Carolina. We have around 30 chapters with connected groups in the state, probably a little bit more than that and growing. But we're also moving into states like Illinois, um, Arizona, Florida, Texas, California, to name a few. And really, we've become the home and the meeting place for people that they want a better life for their children and grandchildren. They want the American dream for their children and grandchildren, and really for themselves to have fulfilled, their lives to a better education. So we've all come together on that front. We made great strides in doing so, but we feel like we will have a better shot at having a seat at the table if we have a PAC. For too long, very wealthy PACs and very wealthy lobbyists, and frankly, very wealthy politicians have secured their own lifestyles up in Raleigh here in North Carolina. And they're kind of the same old people and a revolving door, right? And parents don't have a lobby. Even teachers don't have a decent lobby. So good people are left out of the equation. The education lobby in North Carolina is big and bad and fierce and well funded. And they spend a lot more time, you guys, around legislators than we have the chance to. So nobody's really working for conservative families. We are going to be doing that. So we're looking for candidates to support, really for General Assembly races, maybe county commissioner, but we're looking, that's kind of what our sweet spot is going to be. And we want to put conservative candidates up who will not be afraid to stand up and fight. Right now, we believe that we're seeing a lot of, tucking thy tail between thy legs. When it comes to fighting these cultural battles, we cannot have that anymore. We need legislators that will go up there to Raleigh and fiercely protect the physical safety of our children. Right now, the State Board of Education has a preposterous, dangerous policy that requires all discipline in North Carolina to be kind of the same, no matter what district it's in. It's dangerous. It requires that suspensions, whether short term or long term, be dramatically eliminated. That cannot happen. We need candidates that are going to go up there and say, hey, we are the General Assembly. We will no longer abdicate our responsibility to the Board of Education and the Department of Public Instruction. We will no longer rely on those guys to create the policy and the rules that go down to the rest of the school. It's just too important. We also want candidates that are committed absolutely to protecting the innocence of our children. We've got pornography in the schools, right? It's in the library. We have not heard anyone from the General Assembly stand up and say, hey, what the hell is going on? We need those people. We need the voice to do that. We've got social emotional learning, big problem. And we've also got the surveys. Both of those, you guys, are mandated at the state level. They're mandated at the state level. So even if a district wanted to get out of those, they couldn't do it. We need legislators that are going to take that apart, make that null and void. We need legislators to take their power back and legislate and govern over the schools, right, in a way that allows autonomy for the districts, but that keeps all of us safe from the left wing zealots at the school board and from the progressive state school board superintendent, Catherine Truitt. We also need legislators that understand that we need to prepare our students, right? We need to prepare them to be not only, competitors with others in the country. I mean, we're the 39th district, or excuse me, state school system in the country. North Carolina is 39th. What is going on here? There's no reason for that. So we need a lot of help getting some support up at the General Assembly to make sure there's accountability for not only school systems, but the state school board and the DPI. Students need to be able to read, hello, write, math, history, science. They need to be able to do all this stuff. Now we are spending copious amounts of money moving on to things like job preparation instead of teaching children. No, 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 no. We've got to teach children. We've also got to prepare students to live a moral and civic minded life. This social emotional learning is not doing that. And again, it's embedded in all 12 academic standards in North Carolina. We need to have legislators that are willing to say, no, let's look at these policies and they need to stop, because a lot of these policies were just thrown together, and there's not really a lot of thought that went into this, and we need to really think about how we're going to move our schools forward. We need to cut out fraud, waste, and abuse. We're just going to break a story tomorrow that on the DPI, spending $25,000 in taxpayer money on 2 contracts, you guys, 2 contracts. And this is, again, to further critical race theory in our state. We don't want it. We don't want to spend tax dollars on it. The Department of Public Instruction is now paying many of their employees 20, even 40% more than they are entitled to under our state schedule. So that needs to be cleared up. In fact, we want candidates who will be willing to do an audit of the Department of Public Instruction. We need to get rid of some of these positions over the DPI, and we need help doing that. So these are just a few of the things that we're looking for. But again, pro-America, pro-family, pro-parent, pro-parental rights is what we need. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be making a press statement on, I think, Wednesday of this week. And then we're going to be getting surveys for candidates out between Thursday and Friday. And we have already been asked to do, by a couple dozen people, to do endorsements for candidates. And we have a procedure for that. We're going to kind of, have you fill out a survey and then see if we're going to endorse you. But again, only candidates who are pro-America, pro-family, and pro-parent need apply. We look forward to getting more information out to you as soon as possible. Have a great night.